Shemoth, Exodus chapter 17. And all the congregation of the children of Yisrael departed on their journey from the wilderness of Sin, according to the command of Yahuah, and camped in Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Therefore the people strove with Mosheh and said, "Give us water to drink." And Mosheh said to them, "Why do you strive with me? Why do you try Yahuah?" And the people thirsted there for water, and the people grumbled against Mosheh and said, "Why did you bring us out of Mitzrayim to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst?" Then Mosheh cried out to Yahuah, saying, "What am I to do with this people? Yet a little, and they shall stone me." And Yahuah said to Mosheh, "Pass over before the people, and take with you some of the elders of Yisrael, and take in your hand your rod with which you struck the river, and go. See, I am standing before you there on the rock in Horeb, and you shall smite the rock, and water shall come out of it, and the people shall drink." And Mosheh did so before the eyes of the elders of Yisrael. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the strife of the children of Yisrael, and because they tried Yahuah, saying, "Is Yahuah in our midst or not?" And Amaleq came and fought with Yisrael in Rephidim. And Mosheh said to Yahushua, "Choose for us men, and go out, fight with Amaleq. Tomorrow I am stationing myself on the top of the hill with the rod of Elohim in my hand." And Yahusha did as Mosheh said to him to fight with Amaleq. And Mosheh, Aharon, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to be, when Mosheh held up his hand, that Yisrael prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amaleq prevailed. But Mosheh's hands were heavy, so they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. And Aharon and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Yahusha defeated Amaleq and his people with the edge of the sword. And Yahuah said to Mosheh, "Write this for a remembrance in the book, and recite it in the hearing of Yahusha, that I shall completely blot out the remembrance of Amaleq from under the Shamayim." And Mosheh built an altar and called its name Yahuah Nisi, for he said, "Because a hand is on the throne of Yah, Yahuah is to fight against Amaleq from generation to generation." Shemoth, Exodus chapter 18. And Yithro, the Kohen of Midian, Mosheh's father-in-law, heard of all that Elohim had done for Mosheh and for Yisrael his people, that Yahuah had brought Yisrael out of Mitzrayim. And Yithro, Mosheh's father-in-law, took Zipporah, the wife of Mosheh, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of whom the name of one was Gershom, for he said, "I have been a sojourner in a foreign land." And the name of the other was Eleazar, for he said, "The Elohim of my father was my help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh." Yithro, Mosheh's father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Mosheh in the wilderness, where he was encamped at the mountain of Elohim. And he had said to Mosheh, "I, your father-in-law Yithro, am coming to you with your wife and her 2 sons with her." And Mosheh went out to meet his father-in-law and bowed down and kissed him, and they asked each other about their welfare, and they went into the tent. And Mosheh told his father-in-law all that Yahuah had done to Pharaoh and to the Mitzrites for Yisrael's sake, all the hardship that had come upon them on the way, and how Yahuah had delivered them. And Yithro rejoiced for all the good which Yahuah had done for Yisrael, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Mitzrites. And Yithro said, Baruch be Yahuah, who has delivered you out of the hand of the Mitzrites, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, and who has delivered the people from under the hand of the Mitzrites. Now I know that Yahuah is greater than all the mighty ones, for in the matter in which they acted proudly above them. Then Yithro, the father-in-law of Mosheh, brought a burnt offering and other slaughterings unto Elohim. And Aharon came with all the elders of Yisrael to eat bread with the father-in-law of Mosheh before Elohim. And it came to be on the next day that Mosheh sat to rightly rule the people. And the people stood before Mosheh from morning until evening. And when the father-in-law of Mosheh saw all that he did for the people, he said, What is this that you are doing for the people? Why do you sit by yourself, and all the people stand before you from morning until evening? And Mosheh said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me to seek Elohim. When they have a matter, they come to me, and I rightly rule between one and another, and make known the laws of Elohim and his Torah. And the father-in-law of Mosheh said to him, What you are doing is not good. Both you and these people with you shall certainly wear yourselves out, for the matter is too heavy for you. You are not able to do it by yourself. Now listen to my voice. Let me counsel you, and Elohim be with you. Stand before Elohim for the people, and you shall bring the matters to Elohim, and you shall warn them of the laws and the Torah, and show them the way in which they should walk, and the work which they do. But you yourself seek out from all the people able men who revere Elohim, men of truth, hating unfair gain, and place them over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they shall rightly rule the people at all times. And it shall be that they bring every great matter to you, but they themselves rightly rule every small matter. So make it lighter for yourself, for they shall bear with you. If you do this word, and Elohim shall command you, then you shall be able to stand, and all this people also go to their place in peace. And Mosheh listened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he said. And Mosheh chose able men out of all Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they rightly ruled the people at all times. The hard matters they brought to Mosheh, but they rightly ruled every small matter themselves. And Mosheh sent off his father-in-law, and he went away to his own land.